Coming up next, a deadly accident in the middle of the world's largest naval exercise. How Tinseltown is giving Hawaii's economy a $1 million boost. It's a cup of joe from the islands, or is it? How a new law will ensure your coffee really is made in Hawaii. And it looked like the line for a concert, but it's not. Why these guys spent hours waiting. Your news starts now.
You're watching Island Television KITV4. Now get the whole story. This is KITV4 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Sean Ching. A Peruvian sailor died last night during rim-packed naval exercises. That's tonight's top story. The accident happened on board the Peruvian ship Bap Montero. The ship's gun mount misfired while conducting an exercise off of Kauai. The sailor was clearing the gun mount after the misfire when the gun's loading mechanism hit and killed him. The name of the sailor has not been released pending notification of his family. RIMPAC is the largest naval exercise involving 8 countries. The war games started in June. 8 Kaneohe Marines were injured yesterday in a training exercise at the Pohakuloa training area on the Big Island. Marine officials say the soldiers suffered minor injuries when a live grenade bounced into their trench. Crews flew 3 of the Marines to Hilo Medical Center where they were treated and released. The other 5 were treated on site. As a precautionary measure, 7 of the injured were transported to the Tripler Army Medical Center late this afternoon. It looks like a war zone in front of Hawaii's Supreme Court building. Hollywood is wrapping up filming on the new Bruce Willis flick, Tears of the Sun. And as our KITV4's Tasha Kobashigawa explains, Tinseltown is injecting millions into our economy.
I want to keep it whatever makes you happy.
It's not every day you see something like this in the middle of King Street. That's why dozens of people spent hours clinging to the fences of the Iolani Palace to sneak a peek at the action.
Well, of course, we've been looking for stars. We haven't seen any, but it's just amazing how many people it takes to make a movie. I'm sure this will all be 2 seconds on the film or something, and they'll be out here all day.
This scene is the recreation of a military coup outside a Nigerian palace. The outside of the Supreme Court building will be used in the backdrop, and the inside of the Richard Street Post Office will also be in many scenes.
My understanding is this is the first time in the history of filming in this state that they managed to get King Street closed down.
Hawaii's film office says it took a lot of coordinating and planning to make this happen, but it was worth it, considering how much revenue the cruise generated for local businesses.
This company has probably spent tens of millions of dollars in the state making this movie, and probably at a very good time because I think 9/11 has probably hurt tourism everywhere in our country.
The movie, entitled Tears of the Sun, is a drama about a rescue and evacuation of a nurse in Nigeria. Many of the extras say it's been an intriguing production to be a part of.
I get a chance to show my kids and grandkids exactly. Your old man was in a movie, so he was the dead guy on the side right over there with his back to you.
Tears of the Sun is expected out next summer. The filming will wrap up here on Thursday, but King Street is expected to reopen tomorrow. Tasha Kobashigawa, KITV4 News.
A 55-year-old Honolulu man is in critical condition tonight after a motorcycle crash. It happened at about 2:30 this afternoon in St. Louis Heights. Traffic investigators say an 89-year-old woman was making a left turn from St. Louis Drive onto Bertram Street in her car. The motorcyclist was traveling southwest on Bertram Street and hit the oncoming car. Paramedics rushed the victim to the Queens Medical Center. Honolulu police say speed and alcohol were not factors in the crash. The Honolulu Fire Department needs your help tonight. Fire crews found an aqua kayak at about 5 o'clock this afternoon off of Police Beach in Haleiwa. They don't know if the person who owns the kayak is missing. If you have any information, please call 911. Governor Ben Cayetano signed into law a bill to let consumers know what percentage of the coffee they are buying is really from Hawaii. Up until now, only Kona Coffee was required to disclose the percentage of Kona-grown coffee in a bag. The new law, which goes into effect a year from now, will require coffee roasters to include the percentage of Hawaii coffee they're using in their blends. That means coffee from other Hawaii locations such as Kauai, Oahu, and Molokai.
Just informs the public of what they're buying. There's going to be an identity statement that's required.
Hawaii coffee growers are hoping the new labeling will put pressure on roasters to use more locally grown coffee. Investigators are learning more about the man responsible for killing 2 people at the Los Angeles International Airport 2 days ago. While his motive remains unclear, his past is coming into focus. ABC's Judy Muller has the latest.
The FBI is still not calling the actions of Egyptian Hisham Hedayat a hate crime or a terrorist act. But a man who once drove for Hedayat's limo company says he believes Hedayat clearly targeted Israelis.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because he had hate for the Israeli people.
Abdul Sahab says Hedayat believed the Israelis were smuggling drugs and prostitutes into Egypt.
He was upset because the Israeli people, they tried to destroy the Egyptian nation.
6 years ago, Hedayat was facing deportation for overstaying his visa. But then his wife won a permanent visa in the annual State Department lottery for immigrants. Had she not been so lucky, Hedayat might not have been at the LA airport on Thursday. Hedayat's wife and children were in Egypt when the shooting occurred. A second possible motive police are investigating is whether Hedayat was despondent over marital and financial problems. According to a police report obtained by ABC News, officers were called to the Hedayat apartment in Irvine in 1996 for a domestic violence dispute. The oldest son told police his father had slapped and punched his mother in the head with his fist. Quote, he was choking her and said, "I'm going to kill you." Hedayat denied ever slapping or punching his wife. Police say they were called to the residence several times for various complaints, but Hedayat was never charged.
We'd had some prior contacts with him, but nothing of any significant nature.
As police continue to investigate Hedayat's motive in the shooting rampage, the funerals for his two victims will take place tomorrow. 46-year-old Yaakov Aminoff leaves 8 children and a pregnant wife. 25-year-old Victoria Hen, an El Al ticket agent, was to have been engaged yesterday. Judy Muller, ABC News, Los Angeles.
In Afghanistan, one of the country's newly appointed vice presidents was assassinated today as he drove away from his office. Haji Kadir was leaving the Ministry of Public Works when 2 gunmen jumped out of the bushes and opened fire. Witnesses say the gunmen escaped in a taxi. President Bush says terrorists could be behind the killing, but it's just too early to tell.
It could be that, it could be drug lords, it could be longtime rivals, who knows? All we know is a good man is dead, and we mourn his loss.
Kadir was one of 3 vice presidents. His murder is a serious blow to Hamid Karzai's fledgling government.
Right now, the Afghan government believes they can handle the investigation, but we'll work closely with the government if they want us to.
International peacekeepers are in Kabul. Their primary tasks are to protect senior members of Afghanistan's new government. A deadly explosion as Algeria celebrates its Independence Day. Why Michael Jackson and hundreds of his fans are protesting in the streets. And hundreds turn out to say goodbye to singer Rosemary Clooney.
KITV 4 News, sponsored by the bank that Mike Rogaya counts on for out-of-this-world service, Citibank. It's worth it to switch.
At Kieselbach Woodworks, we make fine custom wooden doors. We're specialists. I wanted a bank that specialized in small business.
I started working with Wayne when we introduced our online banking service. The problem was, he didn't have a computer.
Paula walked me through it step by step. It was the start of a great relationship.
I like to get to know my customers. Just talking, listening, learn a lot.
You can tell the difference at Citibank. Even when you walk in the main branch, everybody knows you by name.
Citibank, it's worth it to switch.
My job is to make problems disappear.
You did it, Hawaii. You made School Tools a big success.
Your generosity will touch the lives of thousands of our keiki.
We were proud to team up with you and these caring sponsors.
School Tools.
In Hawaii, the flowers depend on the sun, the mountains on the rain, and our people depend on one another. We must keep it so.
Hawaiian Airlines, now flying the newest and most dependable jets. Inter-island service you can rely on. Hawaiian Airlines, wings of the islands.
Each fall, thousands of Hawaii's keiki go back to school without the necessary school supplies. You can help. Join us on Saturday, July 13th as Oceanic and ABC Family present Ready to Learn Family Day at 2 p.m. at the Mililani High School football field. $5 worth of school supplies is your admission to fabulous entertainment, including Naleo, Disguise, and Darryl Labrado. Special appearance by ABC Family's Power Rangers Wild Force, Extreme Fun Rides, and much more. That's Ready to Learn Family Day, July 13th at Mililani High School.
The X sale is now and for 10 days at New City Nissan. Over 40 new Nissan Xterra SUVs, all slashed in price. Buy one now, just $18,988. Yes, $18,988. Look at the list. 10 days only at New City Nissan.
At least 30 people are dead and 36 others injured after a bomb exploded at an open-air market outside of Algiers. That tops our look at the world tonight. The blast happened yesterday as Algerians celebrated their 40th year of independence from France. Police say the bomb was hidden in the mouth of a sewer at the market. At the time of the blast, the market was bustling with shoppers. Authorities say this is the deadliest attack this year. In China, at least 5 people are dead after a tropical storm swept through the area. The strong winds destroyed a migrant worker village and blew down homes at a construction site. The storm forced airport authorities to cancel at least 190 flights to and from Shanghai. And in India, 8 workers died today when they were hit by falling rocks at a stone quarry. Rescue workers are still searching for more bodies. They believe 4 other workers are trapped under the debris. The workers were blasting a rock wall when the accident happened. Police in China have caught thieves raiding an ancient tomb in a northwest region of the country. On Thursday, in an area near Lopnor Lake, raiders were caught with ancient porcelain and bronzeware dating back from more than 2,000 years ago during the Han Dynasty. This mummy had been abandoned at the site, and the thieves even used its ancient coffin for firewood. Police said they had to chase after the gang for more than 1,000 kilometers into the desert before managing to catch up with them. In New York, Michael Jackson and his fans were up in arms today over Sony's chief executives. Jackson and his supporters demonstrated in Harlem and outside of Sony's headquarters in New York City. About 150 protesters were on hand, calling for a boycott of Sony products. Jackson says the corporation is stealing from artists, and he called Sony's music chief a racist. The King of Pop recently formed a coalition with the Reverend Al Sharpton. They are calling for an investigation into the alleged financial exploitation of recording artists. Friends and family said goodbye to singer and actress Rosemary Clooney. A line of mourners wound around the church in Clooney's hometown of Maysville, Kentucky. Clooney died last week at the age of 74 after a long battle with lung cancer. Rosemary's nephew, actor George Clooney, served as one of the 10 pallbearers. Mourners also included actors Al Pacino and Beverly D'Angelo. The singer was buried near her mother and grandmother. They got up bright and early this morning to be the first in line for a book. Plus, hundreds of babies invaded Ward Warehouse today. We'll tell you why. This big league brother has a new team, and it's with a contender. That and more is coming up later in sports. But first, let's take a look at this weekend's top-selling singles on the Billboard charts. We'll be right back.
Over 30,000 firearm-related deaths occur each year in the United States. The National Conference of Lieutenant Governors supports Project Home Safe. Join me by helping to distribute 30,000 free safety gun locks to gun owners in Hawaii. If you have a gun, please put a safety gun lock on it and store it separately from ammunition and other firearms. Please join me, and together, let's put a lock on safety in our community.
In here, you'll find moments you can share. Fun and lots of smiles. And of course, the food you love at a price you like.
Get more for your money at McDonald's of Hawaii, presenting 9 items at 99 cents every day. Choose from a sausage McMuffin with egg, blueberry McWaffle sticks, McChicken sandwich, double cheeseburger, Mac Jr., and more, each just 99 cents. Available every day of the week.
You do realize you're driving on the wrong side of the road.
This is America, man.
Right then. Good show. Carry on.
Our island water refreshes all living things. You and I can help keep it that way by using water wisely.
Use all the water you need, but please don't waste it. Mahalo.
KITV 4 News, sponsored by AT&T Wireless. Welcome to M-Life.
Book lovers paid their dues this morning, waiting in line for hours, all with the hope of finding that special book. KITV4 News reporter Denby Fawcett has the story.
The line was long, full of bookworms doing what they love best as they waited for the sale to begin.
I'm a homeschooling mom, and I'm hoping to find some books for our homeschool library.
First in line, Ed Nathanson had come from Maui, arriving very early.
About 3:30, way too early, and to be the first in line to get the books, because as you can see, there's a lot of people.
Then the sound Nathanson and all the others were waiting for.
Let the games begin!
Hundreds streaming in to join in the game of trying to find the perfect book among the 30,000 donated volumes. Books to make you laugh, also on history, mystery, sea, air, space, women, and fiction, including a rare first edition selling for $1,500.
Yeah, I like books pretty much. I like National Geographic especially, and I read some Hitchcock, so I like especially.
Each year, the book sale raises about $100,000 to help Hawaii's 50 public libraries. Books alive and well in the age of the computer.
I think there still is an interest in holding on to something when you read. After all, in this age of computer, you can't fall asleep reading in bed with a computer. You'll kill yourself. So a book is much friendlier.
Don't worry if you can't make it today. There's still going to be plenty of good stuff. Organizers say over the next 7 days, they'll be putting out 60,000 additional books. And as the sale goes on, the prices go down. At McKinley High School, Denby Fawcett, KITV 4 News.
Loads of school supplies were handed out today to thousands of needy children. Binders, photo paper, and notebooks were just a few of the things the Ready to Learn organization collected for students, kindergarten to 12th grade. More than 25,000 bags of supplies were put together and distributed statewide. Kids who picked up their supplies at Palama Settlement today were thrilled.
I'm going to use the tablet for writing and journal and science, and the folders for my homework. Okay. And the ruler is going to help me to measure stuff. And the glue is going to be for to glue stuff on.
There's been years where teachers have put out tons and tons of money out of their own funds to help give the kids basic supplies. And we hope that this is just making a little dent in the overall need for the community.
This is the 4th year Ready to Learn has sponsored this event. They rely heavily on corporate sponsors for donations, as well as community drop-offs at Honolulu's fire stations. Hundreds of babies took over the Ward warehouse today. They were all there vying for the Metal Gold Healthy Baby title. More than 300 babies and toddlers signed up for today's preliminary pageant. They each got a chance to take center stage and show the judges just how healthy they are. The kids are judged on physical appearance, personality, and of course health. After they finished strutting their stuff on stage, they enjoyed games and activities. Some, of course, were too young to participate, but they came out anyway to show their support for the big kids. The judges will narrow the field to 50, and the finalists will compete at the Farm Fair on July 21st. In tomorrow's Honolulu Star Bulletin, an eviction unnoticed. No payments have been made on an Enchanted Lake home for 14 years, but the mortgage holder still has the title. Rob Perez explains how it all happened in Raising Cane. Got poi, snails, and supply problems created a seasonal poi shortage this summer. The Star Bulletin will explain what is being done to satisfy the demand for taro. And federal and state officials have come up with a battle plan to fight the koki frog infestation, a plan they hope will lead to millions of dollars in federal funding. There is still more to come here on KITV 4 News at 10. It was a cloudy day today. When can we expect the sunshine to come back?
When your vision of the world is limitless, when everything is within your reach, when you have control over your environment. When obstacles simply don't exist. That's when life is perfect. The Lexus ES300. Only at Servco Lexus.
Need to access your finances anytime? Log on to the credit union section in Money Watch for at thehawaiichannel.com. Find out how easy it is to bank online with credit unions. Log on anytime. It will save you money. Thinking about buying a new car? Check out low loan interest rates credit unions offer in Money Watch for at thehawaiichannel.com and find out how credit unions can help make that car more affordable. Log on. It'll save you money.
You're going into a deep sleep.
The Simmons Deep Sleep Queen Set is only $449 for the complete two-piece Simmons set. Your checkbook can take a deep sleep, too, with no payments at all till 2003. Plus, with any premium set purchase of $699 or more, you'll get free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old set. Time to put your sleeping problems to rest. Get a queen set for only $449. Nobody beats Sleepland USA. Nobody.
At Honda Windward, we'll make a believer out of you.
That's because Honda Windward is the best place to buy your next vehicle. Their buying atmosphere and customer service are second to none.
Just a nice place to shop.
Fantastic service. He was great.
There are good people out there, no pressure.
There was no pressure at all to buy.
Honda Windward Kaneohe. Why go anywhere else?
Everybody loves Honda Windward. We'll make a believer out of you.
Jerry and Elaine are back in the sack.
No defense? I'm not in the mood. Well, you get in the mood.
Next, Seinfeld.
Tonight on Island Television, KITV 4.
How much would you pay for the most luxurious car in the world? Well, if you have $350,000 lying around, then this car is for you. The Maybach made its debut in America this week, and they're calling this the mother of the Mercedes. For a little more than $250,000, you get a refrigerator, a movie theater with DVD and plasma screen, a remote-controlled music system with 21 speakers and 600 watts of sound, a hands-free cell phone, and, of course, reclining seats. And the Maybach also has some power under the hood. It can go from 0 to 60 in about 5.5 seconds.
Now, Weather Watch 4.
I think it should come with 20 acres.
It probably, yeah, you're right. We should have some nice comfort weather here in the islands. You don't need a home if you have a car like that.
Absolutely not.
We'll get to the forecast in just a minute, but first let's check the weather conditions here on Oahu. Current temperature at the airport is 75 degrees. The relative humidity is 76%, and winds are blowing at 13 miles per hour. Satellite imagery shows an upper level low weakening just west of the state. This should move the clouds away from the islands with mostly sunny skies in the next several days. On Doppler radar, there's a few showers over the Windward and Mauka sections. Most of the showers should be in the night and morning hours. For the next 4 days, we should have more sunshine with a few isolated showers, and the trades should be getting stronger starting on Tuesday. As for today's almanac, the high in Honolulu, 86 degrees. That's off the record of 91 set back in 1995. The overnight low was 76 degrees. Other highs today were in the low to mid 80s. Kalailoa, Kona, and Honolulu all tied for the hot spot. And turning to the beach, south and west shores are 2 to 5 feet and rising to 6 feet by tomorrow. This small southwest swell should be around until Monday. It's 2 to 4 out east, and it's flat to a foot, or flat to 2 feet rather, on the north shore. Caution is advised for all Hawaiian waters. And now your overnight forecast. Skies should be partly cloudy with isolated showers. Lows in the low to mid 70s. And tomorrow it should be mostly sunny with a few isolated showers. Highs in the low to mid to upper 80s rather, or low to upper 80s. And the trade should be breezy at 10 to 25 miles an hour.
81 to 87
I'll get it right
degrees.
eventually. Time for sports with Dan, and it's been a tough year for Benny Agbayani.
That's right, and a tough day for Benny today. We got that coming up in sports. Also coming up in sports, Advantage Serena. Tennis's sister act hits the famed grass courts of England.
In the beginning of the year, I said, you know, I don't care what happens this year. I want to win Wimbledon.
Water. Now you see it. And now you don't.
Use all the water you need, but please don't waste it. Mahalo.
The redesigned six-cylinder 2002 BMW 3 Series, starting under $28,000. Once you drive one, you'll never go back. Except, of course, to do it again.
Honolulu, 1937, a different place back then. That's when a credit union called Pearl Harbor began saving members money. Today, Pearl Harbor FCU members are amazed at the benefits their credit union offers. Everything can be done right online. Arrange for direct deposits, secure a loan for a new or used car, pay any loan automatically, and save up to 0.75%. It's more convenient when you bank online. It's free and it's for you, a member of Pearl Harbor Federal Credit Union.
This is the most lackluster pigskin party ever. Gentlemen, you need help. Honey? Spicy.
Who you calling honey? Who you calling spicy?
I'm talking about the intense flavor of KFC honey barbecue wings and spicy barbecue wings. They're drenched in sauce for that big-time flavor.
KFC honey barbecue wings made with real honey and spicy barbecue wings made with smoked jalapeno. Get 8 for $2.99 or 20 for only $7.49.
Hey, Jim, throw me a wing. I'm open. There's fast food, and then there's KFC.
KITV4 News, sponsored by KFC's All-American Barrel, with 20 pieces of your favorite chicken for just $19.99.
Now, KITV4 Sports with Dan Meisenzahl.
Good evening. The next time Iolani grad Mike Betters pitches in a Major League Baseball game, he'll be doing it for the defending world champs. The Pirates traded Betters to the Diamondbacks today. He goes from a team 9 games under 500 to a squad with the 3rd best record in the NL. Betters, a reliever, has a 3.26 ERA with 29 Ks and 30 innings of work. It's his 6th team in 16 Major League seasons. Bad news for fellow big league brother Benny Agbayani. The Rockies demoted him to AAA Colorado Springs. Agbayani struggled in Colorado since the Mets traded him in the offseason. The former St. Louis and HPU stars batting .205 with just 4 home runs. Damian grad Chris Truby still in Detroit. He got no run today. The home run race is heating up in the majors. Chicago's Sammy Sosa led the bigs going into this weekend, but that was yesterday. Today, Lance Berkman of the Astros is the man. Berkman stroked homer, number 29, came in a 10-2 win over the Pirates. He's got one more than Chicago's Sosa. But this is the shot they'll be talking about in Pitt for a long time to come. Darrell Ward hit a grand slam that went 479 feet and into the Allegheny River, the longest homer in the 2-year-old PNC Park. D-backs Giants, Arizona's Randy Johnson, 10 Ks. But San Fran's Barry Bonds won this battle. The first home run of his career off the big unit. Snaps a 10-game homer drought for Bonds. And it's number 26 of the year for Barry. Giants won 3-2. One of the great rivalries in sports right now pits sister against sister. Serena Williams swept older sis Venus today to win Wimbledon. It's the 3rd time in 10 months they've faced off in a Grand Slam final. This was by far the most competitive. First set, Serena dumps a backhand into the net and throws a racket. Just a momentary lapse, case in point. The down-the-line rocket for a winner. That's nasty. Set point, Serena takes it with a heater. 100-mile-per-hour ace. She won the first in a tiebreaker. Cruised in the second set. Match point, Venus, the 2-time defending champ, catches the net, and Serena's a winner, taking it 7-6 and 6-3.
In the beginning of the year, I said, I don't care what happens this year. I want to win Wimbledon. I just wanted Wimbledon. I wanted to become a member. So much prestige. So much history. I want to be a part of history. It's not fun losing. No matter who you lose to, it doesn't matter. It's not something that I'm going to get used to.
It's Serena's 3rd Grand Slam title, and when the rankings come out on Monday, she'll take over the #1 spot from her sister. 2 hours later, the sisters were back on the court for doubles play. As you can see, Serena still a little gas in the tank. They defeated Anna Kournikova and Chandra Rubin in 3 sets to move on to the championship. It's risky playing the Williams. Just ask Anna. Ow! Got nailed in the hip right there. That's going to hurt in the morning. Tomorrow, in the men's singles final, top seed Leighton Hewitt battles number 28 David Nalbandian to hoops. And a barn burner in the NCAA Summer League tonight. Honolulu Ford in green against John Hancock. Hancock down 2 in the game late. UH's Milos Zivanovic. The tip-in ascended into OT. In OT, former HPU guard Jamar Miller at the buzzer. That tied it again. To double OT we go. Closing seconds, Honolulu Ford trailing by 1. Former Rainbow Mindaugas Bernica for the win. No go. John Hancock holds on to take it 118 to 117. Shot of the day from round 3 of the Women's U.S. Open. A major, Michelle Redmond's second swing on the par 4 ninth. Hops, runs, and hides for eagle. She's 5 back of leader Annika Sorenstam. Sorenstam posted her second straight 169 today. Her beat shot set up the easy birdie. She's got herself a 2-stroke edge and is the only golfer under par going to tomorrow's final round. Annika's in a league of her own. She's gunning for her 7th win of the year. Round 3 of the PGA Western Open. Sony Open winner John Cook on number 12. Check it out. This is just sweet. Just short